Hello everyone and welcome to the Manufacturer Series. This is High Speed Ring and we're in the wet. Now, we start in... what position? It is P13. So we're not last, even though this car is the slowest thing in history. Oh my word, was it slow in a straight line. I needed a slipstream. That's with slipstream, by the way, that qualifying lap. But I didn't bother showing you it because you don't want to just see my demise. And maybe you'd rather see my demise in the race. Let's put it that way. As we get ready for the start of this. We've got a BMW ahead of us and a BMW behind us. They are the OP car here along, well, in Group 4 in general, we've got the Macca, the Atenza and the BMW. And then everything else is a bit further behind then. Behind that is where we are. Just absolutely in the middle of nowhere. What a bad choice Genesis was, I can tell you that much. Although it's really, really, really frustrating because I just want to race my favourite manufacturers. So next season, because I realise there's not been that many manufacturer races that I've done or even wanted to do because of the speed differences. We're going to just pick one of the fast manufacturers and we're going to go out there and try and win some races and do a few more streams on the manufacturer series. Because in reality, I just haven't wanted to do it. You can see in the distance, the BMW is already past the Alpha. Already! The BMW behind catch me like nobody's business. Absolutely insane the difference here. Now, I have mentioned that the BOP is going to get looked at. Whoa, bit of contact from behind there. SLS into the BMW. We went into me, but we all survived. So the balance performance here, the reason why it's not changing is currently PD are looking into the physics and the oversteer issue at the moment. And I don't mean the oversteer when you put your throttle down, more just the snap oversteer that you randomly get sometimes. And they don't want to change any part of their physics and then have to redo the BOP. That's as much as I know. If they have changed their mind since, because this was a week ago, then fair enough. But that is what I know of the BOP so far. So if you're after BOP information, there it is. As we continue on behind this Alpha, where you're about to witness something absolutely hilarious. Because of course, the MR cars and the Alpha is meant to be very slow in a slow. I'm not from Holland. Slow. So it's meant to be slow in a straight line. Look at this. Look at this. I can't overtake an Alfa Romeo 4C in a straight line. In fact, it's increasing. Oh my word. Yeah, you can see how bad this car actually is. It has no speed. I mean, we saw at Yamagiwa, it had no speed. This is just the definition of not having that speed. Like literally, I couldn't overtake an Alfa Romeo. Now behind me, we've got Salazar there, European and World finalist as well. We've met Salazar a few times. IRL at these events, of course, me being... I've attended at least 10 live events. But as we come through here, the Aston Martin gets a really good run through there. Going to go towards my inside. I'm just trying to keep it slipstream here just to maintain any form of speed as we then head in towards this right-hander. So that Aston Martin going to get it here. So I was trying to pull in behind quickly and we just missed out there. We've got BMW on our right-hand side there. Has to back out of it a little bit. Just had a bit of understeer through the wet weather. I haven't mentioned it's raining. I was hoping that would level the field. Apparently not. It just made it actually worse, as you will see here as we go through this race. But we are going to have a good race here, which is why I have uploaded this video. So we're just bumper drafting at the moment. So in my head, my idea was, right, okay, I couldn't overtake the Alpha side by side, but maybe with a bit of slipstream off the Aston Martin, I could overtake. So that was my goal here. I knew the Aston would go straight by here. And you can see instantly getting into that slipstream, trying to race smart here, trying to maintain as much speed as possible because mistakes could happen. The weather could change. Maybe we could benefit from something here as we see. In fact, the Alpha's just going a bit further ahead, but it had a better run off the corner, to be fair. And here the Aston Martin starts to pull. So I'm going to try and follow suit here with the Aston Martin. A little bit of a bumper draft. Through we go down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, back into P13 where we started. However, we have got past the Alfa Romeo. And if we can use the Aston Martin to our advantage, maybe we can catch up to some of the people up ahead. Because they're not that far ahead in reality. But Salazar goes a bit early on the break, so I go for avoiding action there. Nowhere I could go, and we do avoid Salazar, thankfully. So it's just as normal, status quo. But now with Colin behind as well, the Porsche driver, also a European finalist. As you're seeing a lot of finalists down in the mid-pack here, where we've not picked a meta manufacturer. We're down in the mid-pack, having our own little battles here as in towards the left we go. It's a brilliant move there by Colin, round the outside. Beautifully done. And we're now down a position. So my goal now is to try and stay with these two as much as I can because I know that Aston Martin is quick. I struggled to actually catch up to it in the slipstream, as you saw on the... well, it was on this lap, wasn't it? It was end of the last lap, start of this lap, as we go into this left-hander. Now, I was actually messing with gears on this race as well. I was trying all sorts to see what would work, what wouldn't work. because even in time trial, I was in the 19s in time trial. That's how slow this car is. But we do give the Porsche a bit of a bumper draft there. And then the Porsche is obviously going to give the Aston a bumper draft. No, it's not, obviously. Colin goes down the inside then of Salazar, looking to get that P12 position. The Aston going to fall in behind. And this is where I got a bit worried, because I know the Aston is quick on the straight. And with that in mind, I need to try and just keep up with these two. Just try and keep up. Anything can happen later on in the race. You notice I've gone to the wet weather radar just to have a look. Nothing happening at the moment on there. Just says rain for days, basically, in that 93-mile radius. However, remember, there is a multiplier on. So we advanced a bit further on, and you can see they've pulled that gap. I couldn't keep up. I tried my hardest to keep up. The car is just too slow on the straights. And I was trying absolutely everything as we go into this left-hander. And you can see Colin in distance made a small error. That brings me back into the play. In fact, that brings me more than back into play, because Colin is about to get a 1.5-second penalty for that wall ride in there. It's a bit unfortunate, really, because it technically wasn't wall riding, but I can see why that penalty would apply, because we don't want wall riding in time trial. I just catch up there, so it's bumper drafting time, of course. I just need to maintain as much speed as possible, stay far ahead of everybody behind, and hope mistakes happen in the distance. So we advance further on again. Now lap 8 as we head towards the last corner then. And you see the gap on that mini-map. Look at that. It's absolutely massive on the mini-map as we go through this left-hander. You can see it drying up on the weather radar as well. Now, in the distance, we can see somebody going in the pits there. I was a bit confused by all of this and them disappearing to the realms. But Balding into the pits. That's the BMW driver. Into the pits. So we're going to gain a position there. Free of charge. Happy days. So we advance further on and look in the background. Well, you can see yellow flag as well, but in the mirror, Porsche has caught up to us as we see, somebody struggling on the left-hand side there. I'm not sure who that was, actually. Chaumanet or Chamen or... Sorry, my French isn't that good. But Colin, again, going for around the outside. Let's get this on TV camera. Around the outside. Look at that. So beautifully done there by Colin. Brilliant stuff as we go into that left-hander then. And it does look good on replays, doesn't it? Does GT7. It really does. It's a beautiful game. Once the bop is sorted, I can see myself playing this a lot more. It's just at the moment with the bop all over the place, it's just hard to get the enthusiasm to play. Now, we just saw the Aston there, just a bit closer than it was before. So I think Salazar had a penalty, probably for wall riding, I guess. And if we keep looking at Salazar here, gets the rear end out there, loses the rear end. The Aston looking like it's struggling a little bit here as we head on to the start-finish straight to start lap number 12. And it looks like we're going to end up in this battle for P10 then. And, well, we're going to try and stay with them anyway in terms of P10, because look at this. We are struggling. We are absolutely struggling to keep up with the Porsche here. And the Porsche didn't really have the slipstream. We're getting closer. Are we going to do a bumper draft? There we go. We get a bumper draft for Colin then as we head towards this left-hander. Let's have a look as we go into here. I was going to keep a nice safe line. I don't want... Wait, what on earth was that BMW doing? My word, that was a bit weird. As we continue on out of there then, and bumper drafting Colin once again into this corner. What a weird BMW that was. Through the left we go. Salazar clips the barrier. 1.5-second penalty for Salazar. There we go then. So that's going to be a big impact on the Portuguese driver's race as Colin just stays behind for now. Probably went for the move just to get ahead, but not going to quite work. So I know I can stay with the Porsche just a little bit. I just can't bumper draft the Porsche. That is my problem. So if I could stay with them, maybe I could just get P11, and that would be a good result in the Genesis at high speed ring. Trust me, you ain't getting much better in this car. So we're going to stay behind them for now. In fact, what we'll do, we'll just advance towards the last lap, because let's be honest with you, we know what's going to happen here. So we advance towards the last corner on the penultimate lap here. So we see a yellow flag. We're not sure what's going on there. Oh, it's that same driver off again. Actually lapped somebody in the Genesis at high speed ring. Oh, how good. However, somebody's in the pit, weirdly. Spallanzani? No idea. Sorry, mate. Don't know how to pronounce your name. However, in the mirror, you will see an Aston Martin. Now, I knew I only had one chance here, and it's the run out of this corner. So I had to do everything in my power to get the run. But you can see the Aston is closing far faster than we're closing on the Porsche ahead. I knew I had to go for this. So the Aston goes towards the right. I go towards the left-hand side. We're going to be 3 wide then. In towards this left-hander. 3 wide. Who's getting this done here? As we do slow the car down enough. Colin goes quite aggressive into there, but Salazar backed out a little bit. Salazar then goes towards the middle of the track. Superb racing from all 3 drivers. shout out to Salazar and Colin here, but no, it's bad for us because we're at the back of this train. Oh, come on. How unfair is this? Because we know we're going to struggle now. We need a mistake from any of these drivers to get in the top 10. A top 10 here would be a miracle. Look at that mini-map, by the way, or the track map, should I say. Cars just everywhere. Balance of performance all over the place, which is expected. Anyway, I'm not sure how you can bot with the wet weather as well. I think that's going to be weird. But even so, let's see what happens in towards the last corner. Is Colin or Salazar going to make a mistake then? In towards the left, I got to go a bit safe here. And see, Salazar just had to lift off a little bit. I had to lift off as well. I go very close to that barrier. Oh, a little bit of oversteer, but not going to quite work out for me. So, unfortunately, it's P11. We did gain 2 positions from pit stoppers, but yeah, frustrating. The car behind me is actually a Genesis as well. As Salazar goes for the fantastic sideways finish there. 33 seconds off, and we didn't really do much wrong. Just unfortunate. GTR doing very well, obviously, with all-wheel drive on wet weather. M4s, of course, always going to be up there. WRX up there. But yeah, tad frustrating in that Genesis G70. Right, folks, that is going to be it in terms of this race. I do promise more manufacturer stuff coming soon when I'm actually in a decent car. I'm just going to pick a decent car now rather than pick what I like. A bit annoying. There are 2 videos there if you want to check them out, including me raging at the roulette, because let's be honest, who hasn't raged at the roulette? My logo's there if you want to subscribe. Do give it a like on the way out. Hope you enjoyed watching, and hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon.